Yes. Main. So the main function is pretty much to indicate the access point. Okay. But so when you get to implement, you might need to create a main function. But at this stage, we are thinking about it. So that it's just a thought process. What are the functionalities that you want to introduce? So inside the main, what do you want to do? Get name of the channel, right? Yeah, so get the channel name. And that takes the channel ID, right? Okay, what else? Now, even if we didn't go through the code, based on what we know from the functionalities we have here. So getting the channel name is one of the things. What else do we need? Based on our plan. Now we see in the software, your plan is never perfect. It just starts with something. And when you get to implement, more details will come up. You might need to go back to the diagram and adjust it. It's kind of like feedback loop like that. So you don't have to be very super accurate. You just in general, what do you need to do? Okay, what actions, what set of code would belong to a class that we call YouTube source? But before we get the channel ID, we get what? Assuming we have a topic, right? Assuming we have the topic, we got the topic from somewhere else. We need to go to get what? Yeah, so the first step here is that given a topic, we need to get the set of popular videos based on that topic. Okay, so functionality that needs to belong here, get popular videos based on a topic. So we send it the topic, and then the popular videos the request can be generated based on that. What else? So we have the popular videos. Based on a topic. And that will give us the ID of the video, right? And some information about it, but it's not gonna give us the number of views, right? So get statistics based on a video ID, right? Okay. Okay, now what else? What else would be something, what would be another class that we need to consider? What is it that we're trying to find to begin with? We're trying to find what? Oh, yes, sorry.
That's a good question about that. When I try to use it, I don't get access to like the class or I'll have the video plan or something. Should we like get the request from us to like get the update? Should we use that like the actual class?
Did you download it from website or is it the website or what this one?
Oh, it's in my browser. It's in my Microsoft.
So the web-based one doesn't have all the features.
Oh,
if you download the desktop one has all the features. If you download it, it's available for you for free.
okay.
Okay. Later on, I'll share the link for you where to find it. You can download it. UML. Okay. So what is it that we're trying to find? We're trying to find trend setters, right? So maybe it would make sense to have a class called trend setters, right? So we have a trend setter that not necessarily based on YouTube, and like it could be also based on the other source that we have here, Reddit or Facebook or whatever. So let's have a class called trend setters. setter. So this is a class that represents the concept of the trend setter, right? One of them. All right. So what do we need to know about the trend setter? We need to know a name. So from YouTube, it would be the channel name. From other sources would be the author. Regardless, we put them all in one consistent object that is a trend setter. Okay, and then we need to popularity score. Right? So popularity score from YouTube would be the number of views. From X would be number of retweets or number of clicks or number of likes, or depending on the source you're collecting the data from. This may have different meaning, but at the end we have to make them homogeneous and put them together in one class. Now we don't necessarily have particular functionality for now. We can start with that and see where to go from there. Okay, so here's the YouTube source, and there is the trend setter. That is the object itself. Now we need somewhere to be the main access point, but we need to make it object-oriented as well. So just like here, this is not an object-oriented way to write code. We just write functions and lists of lines, right? So we can turn this into an object-oriented code by putting it in a class, right? So let's say our main class, here would be trend setters by location. Okay, so obviously a location would be one of the attributes that we need to have in this class, right? So here it will need to access the trend setters, right? So it would need a list of trend setters, but we decided to have a trend setter as a class. So it's not going to be, well, when we get to implement it, it will be implemented as an attribute, but on the diagram, it appears as what? We want to say that trend setters, this class, have access to set of objects of that class. How would we represent that on the diagram? Yes. So a star is a multiplicity that we put on what? Where? So let me, in the line. So that line represents what? The line represents a relationship. It's called association, right? And we can also have a directed association, because we can tell which class or which object need to see which object, right? So is the trend setters by location need to be seen inside trend setter, or the other way around? Other way around. So the trend setters need to be seen inside that main class. So it should be directed from here to here. Okay, now we can put the multiplicity. So we know we can add a multiplicity here. So can we have no trend setters? Well, if we didn't find any, it might be possible. So we can say minimum 0 and maximum. We are looking for multiple, right? So maximum should be star. Now, sometimes you see only a star. So when you see just only star like this, it means the minimum is 0. Okay. So 0. So the minimum is not necessary unless it is more than 0. Okay. Okay, so does the other way around matter? Do we need to know how many trend setters associated with? It would be one and one, right? So I mean, it's not really necessary. It's not going to affect the code much. we can neglect it or we can think about it. It doesn't matter. Okay. So we only focus on the things that matters without having to clutter the code or the diagram with things that don't really matter. Like if we feel like it's gonna affect our coding, we need to put it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't matter. Okay. Now, again, what do we need to do inside this trend setter? Functionalities. So we can represent every functionality by a function for now. Okay, so we need to set location. Okay, what other functionalities? We need to find the trending topics, right? Yeah, so find trending topics. Now that these trending topics will be needed in other functionalities, right? So that's another way to identify attributes. So when a function would find some information, but this information needs to be shared with other functionalities. So it would be good to put it as an attribute so that other functions can see it. Okay. What else do we need? What functionalities we need to have here in this class?